Hello, my name is Chloe Regan and I am a teacher in St. Louis Community School in Kiltimagh. I am also a member of the school chaplaincy team. Today I will be looking at the parable of the prodigal son from the Gospel of Luke for our reflection.
Jesus said, "There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, 'Father, give me the share of the property that will belong to me.' So he divided his property between them. A few days later, the younger son gathered all that he had and travelled to a distant country. There he squandered his property in desolate living. When he had spent everything, a severe famine took place throughout the country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to one of the citizens of the country, who sent him to the fields to feed the pigs. He would gladly have filled himself with the pods that the pigs were eating, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, 'How many of my father's hired hands have bread enough to spare, but here I am, dying of hunger. I will get up and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me like one of your hired hands.' So he set off and went to his father. His father saw him and was filled with compassion. He ran and put his arms around him and kissed him. Then the son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his slaves, 'Quickly, bring out a robe, the best one, and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. And get the fattened calf and kill it. And let us eat and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' And they began to celebrate." Now his elder son was in the field, and when he came and approached the house, he heard music and dancing. He called to one of the slaves and asked what was going on. He replied, "Your brother has come back." He became very angry and refused to go in. His father came out to him and began to plead with him. His father said, "Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. But we had to celebrate and rejoice, because this brother of yours was dead and has come to life. He was lost and has been found." This powerful story is filled with many heartwarming messages of love, compassion, and forgiveness. It is difficult to always remember to cherish the people in our lives that are most important to us. This is especially difficult when we are presented with many challenges, such as personal struggles and the global pandemic that we have all faced as of late. This parable reminds us of the importance of cherishing our loved ones. It also reminds us that regardless of our mistakes or our personal struggles, God will always be a source of comfort and support for us. The message of forgiveness and understanding in this story reminds us of the importance of taking the time during Lent to possibly say sorry or forgive others for their mistakes. This year has been difficult for many. People have lost loved ones, encountered sickness, and felt isolated from the ones they care about the most. The father in this story acts as a role model for us all during this time of Lent. He teaches us that we should always try, even if it's difficult, to love, support, and forgive those who have wronged us. The Father reminds us of God's everlasting love for us. Let's take this special time of Lent to forgive, to appreciate, and to pray for those who may need God's love and support at this difficult time. At this time of Lent, let the story remind us that no matter what difficulties we face, God's love and guidance will always be there to support us. Let's think about those in our own lives and in our own communities who need our prayers the most at this time. St. Paul reminds us of an important thought in his letter to the Philippines. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Don't fret or worry. Instead of worrying, pray. Let petitions and praises shape your worries into prayers, letting God know your concerns. To conclude this evening's reflection, let us ask God for forgiveness and for help in forgiving others. Lord, just as you so generously forgive me, help me also to forgive others and not keep any form of hate or anger within my mind. Bestow the power of love upon us all. Amen. Thank you very much for joining our chaplaincy team this evening in reflecting on the importance of forgiveness during this special time of Lent.